This is what that pile of concrete looked like at the end of the last video. And this is what it looks like now after spending some serious time out there with a sledgehammer. Welcome back to the Coyote Country Homestead. Tonight we're going to continue working on the driveway here. We got the cement, about half of the cement out and a bunch of the gravel moved down. We got all the cement over here. I just showed you that a minute ago that we managed to get that all broke up. I think I'm going to use that instead of a base level. I think I'm going to, or a base layer. I think I'm going to go ahead and use that for a rain channel since it's that extra. I mean, we're talking material that's a little bit more than a softball size. Some smaller, some larger, but that's kind of where we are generally. And I'm thinking that's going to make a good rain channel if I do that across the drive. So I'll kind of show you what I'm talking about when we get to that point. But when I was working on this last time, I got done and I realized that this right here, sorry, I point back here, this is pretty dangerous. And I was driving my tractor over that repeatedly, and I never did get a wheel off the ground, but it also did not feel safe. And the silly part about it was I could have fixed it. I mean, I have this big stack of gravel right here. I've got the box plate on the back that I could have dragged this all down. So the first thing we're going to start with tonight is we're going to get this rain channel so that it's flat, and so that I'm not having to drive across this washout every time I need to get over to the gravel pile or get away from the drive. So we're going to do that first. The second thing we're going to do is we're going to get the rest of the the concrete removed, and we'll kind of see where we are from there. At that point, I really want to start dragging all of the gravel down to where I can get down to the earth, and I think I'm going to have to pull off some extra dirt as well in order to get as low as I want and then start rebuilding this thing. So that's where we're going to start. Let's go get after it, and we'll talk to you in a bit. Managed to get all of this concrete broken up. Like I said, pretty good sized chunks, pretty reasonable size, I think. What I want to do, I've got this window here. And as I was breaking all this up, I had chips flying everywhere and I could just see that window breaking. I really don't want to be any closer to that window than I have to. So I think one of the first things that I need to do is I'm going to come in with the front end loader and I'm going to move all of this just up closer to the window so that I can bring the slabs down into this area here and break them up farther away from that window, but also not too far away from the pile. So I'm going to get that done first. And then once I'm done with that, then I'm going to start getting after this drainage channel over here. I think that'll keep me out of trouble from being on too much of uneven ground here. I need to get a little bit of concrete and some extra gravel moved out of here, and then I'm going to switch over to the pallet forks and start getting the rest of those concrete slabs out. Sometimes you just do it the manual way. All right, so up till now, all of these have been slabs that are about half the size of this. I can see where this one is scored right here, but it looks like they poured this one in a double slab, and some of these these other ones may be like that as well. I'm going to clear the gravel off, and then I'm going to come in with the sledgehammer and break it into 2 pieces. At least that's the plan. We'll see what happens. That should be enough. I really just wanted to get to where I could get some wax at the middle here. Watch, this will be the one piece that's rebarred together, because the other ones broke up a lot easier than this. I've been on the business end of a sledgehammer a lot in the last couple of days, so I decided to go get my gloves. I saw where they had put the cut across the middle of this so that if it broke, it would break there. It doesn't want to break. So if they did that and then poured it heavier right there. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, it looks like we've got all of the concrete out. I think what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to start dragging the gravel using the box blade and the scarifiers um, just down to the end. I want to get it all piled up either down there and then maybe use the bucket loader to move it over to this other pile or leave it piled down there. I'm not sure. But I want to get all the gravel moved out of the way so that then I can figure out how I want the slope of the soil to be at the base and how deep I need it to make sure that I get a good runoff and still have time to rebuild the gravel back up. So I'm going to get started on that. We'll see how far we get. All right, tractor's cooling off, but we got a lot done tonight. Got all that concrete moved, got a lot of the gravel moved. We're tearing up the driveway. It's looking pretty rough because, you know, I need to learn how to operate the equipment a little bit better. I'm trying to figure out when to use the box blade to move the gravel and when it's easier to just go ahead and use the front end loader. Tomorrow we'll get back after this and we'll get the last of the gravel out of here. Then I'm going to start using the box blade to get the soil down low enough that the water is going to drain the way I want it to. And then we'll look at putting the gravel back on. I'm waiting for some geotextile fabric to show up now. Hey, do me a favor, click like, click subscribe. Subscribe won't cost you anything. Uh, you won't get charged any money or anything. And we won't send you messages or anything, but it will let you know when I make a new video and make it easier to find. I appreciate you watching, and wow, I'm tired. I appreciate you watching, and thank you for joining us at the Coyote Country Homestead. We'll talk to you again. This is part 2 of the video series, and then we'll see if it's going to be 3 or 4 or whatever it's going to be. Talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye.